Hi, I'm Kobus van der Kolf and I'm the head of drama and the drama and theatre teacher at Pao School. The idea behind the showcase evening is to create an event where students can perform their coursework, which also happens to be the recordings that get sent to IGCSE for year 10s. For year 9s it's kind of a practice run to give them the theatrical experience. For year 12s it's their first external assessment task for the IBO. So there's quite a few steps involved in the process. There is theatre in context, which is your research, your contextual background, looking at the theorists and your overall approach.
It's choices about what this character is trying to achieve. It's choices about how you physicalize and vocalize your objectives.
We have to have the mindset that each character is a real person, and we have to do extensive intellectual work to understand these persons, ranging from their background to how they grow up to how will they see their people.
Year 12 can choose either adapt material, existing material, or write their own piece, and they work very specifically from all four perspectives: directors, designers, performers, and also the audience.
I picked the Polish theater practitioner Jerzy Grotowski. Jerzy Grotowski feels like to understand acting and to understand theater, one must take away all the costumes and all the set designs to look at acting from its essence, on how an individual as a person undergoes through a deeply personal journey and connects and unleashes emotion on stage.
For year 10s, we give them a bit more freedom. They get to choose their own pieces, still only out of a certain range. I kind of try and corral them into certain choices.
We chose A View from the Bridge, written by Arthur Miller. It covers so many themes of love, so many things of immigration, and we just want to examine how these characters kind of bring up the story back in America in 1950s.
The information on the script is very limited, right? So in order to get like a very accurate demonstration of your character, you have to really get to understand like the culture, the background behind the script, and this process is really interesting for me.
Year 9s are not free to choose. We choose for them just to make sure that the best choices are made. There's a plethora of plays out there and not all of them are particularly well written, or not much is written about them.
We're assigned to characters that suits ourselves, suits our personalities, and that our teachers think that we will perform it well, which is kind of being ensured and you feel relaxed.
Then we move to theatre processes, which looks at all the processes involved in putting the show together.
Or like that unit can be broken down into series.
Experimentation, exploration. We look at choices for set design, what directing choices could be made, choices for staging, costumes, props, and how they could together function.
Something from outside of the playing area is just thrown in there.
I'm just starting to think about different settings that I might work with. It's more of a visualized way for me to picture how would I present it on stage.
Okay, and when you're talking, then are you talking to the audience?
Yes. And then I'll just freeze in this position.
I'm looking for comfortable clothes that is suitable for someone who has never been out of their house for 5 years.
Drama is great because it can build confidence in students and it can really be a vehicle for change. My main goal is to really try and engender a growth mindset with students. The idea that skills can be developed with patience, with perseverance and practice. So after the research phase, we move into the rehearsal phase.
It is clear to me now only to my high vanity and high standards.
We can polish certain moments and look at the overall structure, and if what they're doing on stage reads in terms of their intentions and intended impact.
I'm trying to find inspiration from this piece of how kind of transform from a state of performance to another, and I'm trying to figure out that part right now.
Another part of the process would be directing and feedback sessions with teachers. We do want to make sure that the right choices are made as well and give them the best possible opportunity to bring out the best pieces that they can.
I don't go around making accusations.
When you deliver those fast-paced sections, be careful that you don't swallow your words.
When you're first in contact with a new character that you want to perform, you find difficulties of some bits you cannot fit into the character. You cannot find the perspective of he or she was thinking.
I prepare for my role when I basically read off the lines and trying to get the emotion of the characters.
It's a new experience for them to come in and just perform, do the whole run-through with an audience. Issues would be some students are giving us too much of the profile. It prevents us from seeing their facial expressions. Most of them can still work on their spatial awareness. There's definitely more to play with, to experiment with. It is very down to like commitment to rehearsals and commitment on stage.
Working with the kids is really exciting for me because they're very much an open page. They're still learning a lot, they've got a lot of ideas, and it's really interesting to see how they're using all of the things that they're learning to create their own pieces. They're very much appreciating the new lighting and scenic elements that we're bringing to it. It's making it a little bit more exciting for them. The workshops that I've been running basically started with the building blocks of theatrical lighting. We're starting there and we're slowly ramping it up to use more technology and more sophisticated techniques.
Then it moves closer to or into the production phase where we do run-throughs.
Create my own universe, blink by blink!
So that's when all the decisions have been made, moments have been polished.
Where is God?
Then it's really getting a feel for the rhythm of the whole piece and no stopping and starting really.
Never possessed and bled to death under our knives.
Right now, I'm just trying to put my lines and my physical movement together. So it can be quite conflicting. Sometimes I'll just lean more toward the line, ignoring the movement. Sometimes I will lean more toward movement, ignoring the lines.
Then it's tech rehearsals. That's basically cut to cue with the lighting designer, the stage hands, all the other people helping backstage. It's really the backbone of each and every performance.
I'm down and I'm here.
And then it's the dress rehearsals. So sometimes two, usually just one dress rehearsal. Tech rehearsals would be about 3 or 4. Dress rehearsal is usually the performance without the audience. So that's full energy, full pace with all the technical aspects all gelling together for the first time.
If you have all the lights and props and basically work in the costume, it can really get you into the character. You're actually putting yourself in a new environment.
Except my hair seems kind of unhealthy.
And then it's showtime.
The sound of music was my first that I started dreaming.
I want knowledge, not faith, not suppositions, but knowledge.
You're hoping to find something upstairs that you can publish. Sure. Then you can write your own ticket. Publish. Go for it. Have a press conference and tell the world what my father had discovered.